to get into the same mindset in your marriage. Blessed Marriages family, welcome back to a whole new video. My name is Edgar.
Name's Daisy.
And today we're going to tell you the secret of how to get into the same mindset in your marriage with your spouse. Are you ready? Let's do this. Well, let me take you back 8 years ago when Daisy and I were planning on getting married. Do you remember that? Here's the story. Daisy actually lived in Texas while I lived in Illinois, and we were planning our wedding. But here's the funny thing. We were going to get married in secret. Nobody knew. Nobody was going to know that we were going to get married. The only people that knew is obviously me and Daisy. And the reason why we were planning on getting married in secret is because nobody was going to accept us getting married. You know, I was barely 18. She was 17. You know, can you imagine us getting married? So we went the extra mile to get married in secret.
And before I even asked my mother if I could get married, we were already making plans to get married. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Did your mom know?
Nobody knew.
Nobody.
Nobody knew that we were going to get married. We got married in secret. That was the challenge. That was the goal. And the plan didn't work out as planned, but we got married. But anyways, what's the point of the story? When we were speaking and when we were planning on getting married, one day while we were going to the city, we were in the train, and we were speaking about getting married, and then for some reason Daisy, she assumed that when we got married we were gonna move to Texas. And so she started talking about Texas and how it was gonna be fun and all that stuff, you know. And then I just looked at her and I told her, but who said we're gonna go to Texas? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, what are you talking about? And she was like, well, yeah, we're going to get married and we're going to go to Texas. And I said, hey, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. So what did we do? There was obviously a challenge. She had her own mindset and I had my own mindset. What was her mindset? To move to Texas. What was my mindset? To move to Illinois. So there was a challenge. So remember, what are we talking about today? We're talking about how to get into the same mindset with your spouse. Here's the first secret, or here's the first step. The first thing that we did, Daisy and I, is that we sat down and we got into the same page. How did we do that? Step number one, we realized, do you want to tell them? Do you want to tell them step number one? Or should I tell them? It's step number one. She forgot step number one, but don't worry, I got it. Step number one, we sat down and when we came into the same page, what was the first thing that we did? We remembered the biblical truth.
Mark 10:7-8, which says that man will leave mother and father to become united with his wife, and they will become one flesh. Two bodies becoming one flesh.
What does that mean? One flesh equals one mindset. So that was the first thing that we did. I told her, baby, we need to come into the same page. Let's remember that. We're going to get married. So we need to come united and become one. So that's the first step. Always remember that you guys are one flesh. In other words, one mindset. Once you remember that, we're going to go to step number two, which is communicate. What are we going to communicate? We're going to communicate our needs and our wants and our desires, correct?
Because we both have desires and wants.
Exactly, because she has her own point of view, I have my own point of view. She has her own desires, I have my own desires. She has her own needs, wants, and I have my own needs and wants. So that's the second step. Come together and communicate each other's needs, desires, etc. Once we do that, we're going to move to step number three, which is we're going to come into an agreement.
Yes, one agreement.
One agreement. Why?
One agreement, one mindset.
One agreement, one mindset. Why? Well, let me ask you this. Well, if I have my own point of view and she has her own point of view, then which is the right point of view? Like, which is the right mindset? I have my own right mindset. She has her own mindset. Which is the right mindset? Like, how do we know?
How do we know? Well, easy. We take in consideration his feelings and my feelings. His wants, my wants. His needs, my needs. Right? And once we do that, we see what is fair, what is justice for both of us.
That's exactly correct. And all the times when Daisy and we communicate, I always tell her, baby, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about what's right for the marriage.
Yes.
It's not about what I want. It's not about what you want. It's about what's right for the both of us. So that's step number 3. When you guys come into the same flesh, into the same mind, communicate and do what's right for the both of each other. Not for what's right for you or what's right for your spouse, but for what's right for the marriage.
Yes.
So there it is, blessed marriages family. That is the secret to getting into the same mindset with your spouse.
Number 1, understand that you are one flesh and one flesh only.
Which equals one mindset. Number 2, come together and communicate each other's wants, needs, desires. And number 3, come into an agreement to what's fair, to what's justice for the marriage. Not for you, not for your spouse, but for the marriage.
Yes.
So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure that you like the video, make sure that you share the video, and make sure that you subscribe to the Blessed Marriages YouTube channel. I'll see you guys later. My name is Edgar,
I'm Daisy.
and today we're going to tell you the secret of how to get into the right mindset. No es cierto. That was good, man. Which is the biblical truth. Is that it says when you get married, you're gonna live. We remember.
Okay. I do remember. The first step is actually. The first step is.
She can't win. The first thing that we did is that we remember the biblical truth. It says. Okay.
The first step is. The first step is. The first step is that. How do we know? Well, we have to take in consider. Okay, again. I can do this. I can do this. You believe in me? Say you believe in me.
I believe in you.
Okay.
You did this too.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Brain injury. Okay.
So.
That was